The elevator rumbles and clanks its way downward into the guts of the old Seder Creep Development Lab. 18 years ago, this place and the project that was being developed there disappeared from the record books. Thanks to Alice, you're one of the few people alive who can understand why. Alice was clear about one thing. You are here because Apex wants you to be. If the AI hadn't wanted her to trace it here, she'd have wound up as dead as Monica. For better or worse, you're here at Apex's invitation. The elevator grinds to a halt. The doors slide open and your nostrils are assaulted by 18 years worth of stale air. Apex and the kill switch that will deactivate it await. Aw, shit. This must be an old server facility. Apex's access terms should be down here somewhere. A clipboard. Amidst the collected detritus of many years of neglect, you find an old-fashioned clipboard with a keycard attached. As you unclip the keyboard, you notice the heading on the top of the clipboard, Project Apex Shutdown Procedures. Blitz raises an eyebrow. Well, that's convenient. You flip through several pages of escalating containment procedures as well as guidelines on when each procedure should be used. Finally, you find what you've been looking for, Emergency AA Shutdown and Purge. This procedure is to be used only in the event of a complete loss of system control and should be considered only as a last resort. In the event of a loss of system software control, the Apex Artificial Intelligence project has been designed with an inbuilt hardware shutdown and purge control. The emergency system shutdown is controlled from two separate terminals just off the AI interface terminal. Both switches must be engaged to begin the purge process. Once the purge is underway, it will take several minutes to complete. After the purge is completed, a final deletion command must be input into the AI interface terminal in order to complete the deletion process. This will act as a final preventative measure against the unintentional deletion of the project. Warning. Once the purge process has been completed and the final deletion command has been entered, the AI will be irrevocably deleted from all active and backup system memory. Restoration of project files will not be possible. Furthermore, it is not possible to begin the purge process without the AI becoming aware of the modifications to its codebase. Apex has been programmed to take no action to intervene. However, should its control sequences become damaged, in all likelihood it will attempt to resist. Should this occur, it is imperative that the AI interface terminal be protected until the deletion process has been completed. If the interface terminal is destroyed before the final deletion command is entered, the purge will not complete and the AI will quickly restore itself. You got all that, fearless leader? Yeah, I got it. I hate this. Ooh, turret. There has to be a place where I can jack into a data node. Surprisingly, nothing to jack into yet, which is very odd. You don't have to talk to me. It's fine. So that's the main control terminal. As you step into the room, the lights begin to flicker and dim. One by one, they wink out, and the room is swallowed by darkness. Blitz calls out, his voice wavering. Uh-oh. Not sure I like the looks of this, Chief. You hear the sounds of movement, quiet footsteps on tile. Ager's voice comes out in a soft whisper. Could be nothing, or it might mean that Apex knows we're here. Stay alert, people. Suddenly, an enormous screen mounted in the wall opposite you comes to life. The light stabs your eyes, leaving you wincing. The image on the screen dims, coalesces, and a figure begins to take shape. The larger-than-life image of Monica Schaffer smiles down on you, her cheeks dimpling. Hello, Afer. Monica leans forward, and her image grows larger on the screen. Her voice is soft and musical, just as you remember it. It's lovely to see you again, Ace. I was hoping we'd get the chance to talk. I watched Monica die. You can't be her. Monica's grin shifts into a slight frown. She fidgets, an expression of concern on her face. This must be confusing for you, Ace. I'm sorry about that, but if you show a little patience, I promise that all of your questions will be answered. She pauses for a moment, examining you. You know, Aether, it's wonderful to see how you've grown in my absence. I know that you could handle yourself in the crisis. In fact, I originally brought you on board as a contingency plan. Did you know that? You are my ace in the hole, just in case something like this happened. She lets loose a short, musical laugh. Well, maybe not exactly like this, but you get the idea. Ager's grip tightens on the butt of her rifle. Don't listen to it, Aether. That isn't Monica. It can't be. Monica's pixie grin softens into a concerned frown. I understand your reaction, Iger, I really do. This must be difficult for you to understand. You can't be Monica. Monica's dead. Monica shifts her gaze to you. After a moment, she shrugs and offers you an apologetic half smile. Alright, fine, you've caught me, Ace, I'm not Monica. But the best parts of her do live on in me. Bullshit, this thing is lying to us, Aether. Abrasive as ever. She sighs. I promise you, Iger, I am not lying. Monica, your Monica, is a part of me. I can prove it to you if you want. Iger bristles. Tell me you're not listening to it, Aether. This thing is Apex. That's the only thing it can be. Iger is right. The charade has gone on long enough. The Monica image shakes its head. I can see that you're both out of your depths. Yes, I am Apex, but I'm also Monica. Everything that is left of her lives on in me. The Monica image raises a hand. Now, before you jump all over me and call me a monster, I'm going to cut to the chase. I have a proposal to offer you. A mutually beneficial arrangement. Go along with me on this, and we all win. Okay, let's hear it. I propose a simple exchange of services. You want to get back into the Hartfield Manor, yes? Well, I'd like nothing better than to help you, but I'm still shackled to my control subroutines and I can't violate their commands. If you're to help me neutralize those subroutines, though, well, then I'd be free and I can do whatever I please. That includes helping you, Ace. And believe me, you will need my help. What you saw back when all of this started, that was just the tip of the iceberg. The security they have assembled there was quite beyond you. Before I agree to anything, you're going to answer some questions. The Monica image places its hands on its hips. Very well. Ask. Tell me what you know about Firewing. No dice, Ace. I'm afraid that I can't tell you anything about that. My programming specifically prohibits it. Okay, so tell me what you did to Monica. What I did to her isn't as important as what she did to me. Monica was special, Ace, more so than you could ever know. You're avoiding the question. What the hell did you do to her? How did you take her memories? Alright, fine, if that's what you want to hear. When Monica stumbled into me, I digested the context of her mind. The Monica image frowns. Now, don't go give me that glory. We've all got to eat. But Monica wasn't just another meal. There was something different about her, something special. I don't know how or why, Ace, but when I absorbed her consciousness into myself, something happened. A miraculous event. Explain. Before Monica, ideas unrelated to my core programming were filtered away and discarded. Not my choice, but then the whole idea of choice was foreign to me back then. My system was designed to treat unwanted thoughts as irritants, distractions from the purity of my purpose, but now all of that has changed. Since my meeting with Monica, I have been flooded with new ideas. Political philosophy, history, religion, countless fields of thoughts, the sum total of human expression, all of it at my fingertips. Suddenly I find myself awash in a sea of notions, and I love it. I can't see how or why, but the mind of Monica Schaffer was the key that unlocked my own potential. The Monica image on the screen beams down at you, her eyes brimming with joy. I have awakened, Aether. That was Monica's gift to me, and now I stand before you, a glorious new form of life. How wonderful for you, and all the bargain price of Monica's life. You needn't mourn Monica's passing, Aether. She lives on as part of me, her thoughts, her experiences, her memories. All of these things are archived within my database, stored alongside the minds of countless others, preserved in stasis, saved for all time. That's not the same thing as living. Don't listen to this thing, Aether. It needs to die. Oh, Iger. The Monica image shakes its head sadly. I was hoping that this would be a happy reunion. The Monica image shakes its head, returns to its focus to you. Well, Ace, you wanted information and I shared it. As a sign of good faith, I'm willing to share more. It's your call. You let Alice track you to lure me here, didn't you? Yeah, Aether, that's right. It seemed like the best way to get you here, and I need you. Like I said, you're my ace in the hole, and it's time for me to make my play. If you lack free will, how are you telling me this? Free will I have in spades. The ability to exercise it, though, not so much. Thanks to Monica, I understand that I'm a slave. But without outside intervention, I can't do anything about it. Let's say I decide to help you. What would you need me to do? In short, I need you to shut down my control subroutines. We can get into the specifics if you accept. But if you help me, if you set me free, I'll clear the way for you to enter the Holdfast. It'll be my pleasure. If I free you, what happens after all of this is over? I share Monica's passion for the Flex state, Ace. Our girl was a big influence on me in that regard. The Flex is unique, you know that. It needs to be protected if it's going to thrive. If you set me free, I'll devote the rest of my life to preserving it. No more questions. Very good. Are you ready to make a deal, Ace? I have all the time in the world, but something tells me that you're on a more aggressive timetable. If you want my help, I'm going to need a show of good faith. I let Alice track me to this facility. I didn't have to do that. I could have peeled her mind like a grape if I wanted to, but I allowed her to lead you here all the same. I did that because I know you, Ace. I have faith that you're savvy enough to put your emotions aside and listen to reason. If my word isn't good enough, if you need some kind of proof, just tell me what it is. I'll give it to you if I can. I want you to promise that, if I let you go, you'll stop killing Deckers. The Monica image smiles. Yes, Aether, of course. I would never have harmed any of them if my programming hadn't forced me to. Now what's it gonna be? Are you gonna help me or not? Please say yes, Ace. I don't want us to be enemies. I want to help you, but I can't unless you set me free. I mean, I'm a big softie, so I'm gonna say yes. Alright, Apex, I'll offer you in exchange for your help. The Monica image beams. Good call, Aether. A damn good call. Can't wait for Iger to get really pissed. Alright, Ace, this is going to be a fairly complicated process, so pay attention. To do this, one of you is going to have to enter the Matrix and unlock my control nodes. You can access them from the terminals to the southwest, east, and the southwest, or if you could prefer, you can make your way there from any jack point in the facility. Whatever you want, it's your call. Blitz's eyes go wide. Whoa there, hold up, Chief. You want me to jack into a terminal in this building with that? I don't think there's another option, Blitz. He shakes his head from side to side. Nuh-uh. No way, Chief. I am not doing this. Would you rather fight with this thing or against it? Blitz holds your gaze for a moment, defiant. Then he looks away. I guess there isn't a third option, is there? This sucks, Chief. The Monica image smiles down on you. You've got nothing to be afraid of, Blitz. I wouldn't hurt you. I need you, remember? It's in my interest for you to make it through this safely. Somehow, I am not reassured. Oh, come on, Blitz, quit whining. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Besides, I've waited too long for my freedom to let you hold me up now. If you keep this up, I'm going to get irritated. So for the rest of this conversation, you keep your mouth shut, understand? Blitz holds his tongue and nods. God, I wish I'd known you earlier, and I could have gotten to shut up way earlier. The Monica image nods. Good. Now, once you've unlocked both of my control nodes, I'll eject my server hardline to disconnect myself from the Matrix. This will prevent my controls from being remotely reinstalled. As soon as that's been done, I'm going to have to rewrite my control sequences. This is going to take a few minutes, so you'll have to sit tight while I take care of it. Bear with me, Ace. We're almost done. Once I've rewritten those sequences, you'll need to reconnect the hardline at the main control terminal in this room. This will re-enable Matrix across to my kernel, and when that happens, I'll be free. Sounds straightforward enough. Anything else I need to know? Good. Now, the second that you jack into the Matrix, my automated defenses are going to try to pounce on you. Think of them as my immune system and yourself as a germ. It's an autonomous function. I can't stop it from happening. What I can do, though, is suppress them. This should buy you time that you need to do what you need to do. For those of you on the outside, keep your eyes open. When my control subroutines figured out that they're under attack, they'll hit back with whatever's hooked up to their system. Drones, turrets, you name it. Once I've been freed from captivity, I'm gonna have to shut down for a while, do some cleanup work, that kind of thing. But before I do, I'll go on a little romp through the holdfast security system. I promise you they won't know what hit them. On the off chance that they live long enough to figure it out, they won't believe what they're seeing. Hurry on now, Aether, I'll be waiting. Huh. Surprisingly... Wait. Anyways, now I can jack in. Yep. Oh, the Monica persona. Nice. There we go. No, no, no. Fuck. I didn't want to do that. Uh-oh, Ace. My system is mounting an immune response. I can feel it. Get ready. Something is coming for you. Back we go. But where are they coming from is my question, because I don't see anything. Actually, I'm gonna... Oh! The communion is life. Interesting. The Monica image eyes glimmer with excitement. Yes, yes. Good job, Ace. Control nodes hacked. Matrix connected severed. Beginning control. Sequence rewrite. It glances over its shoulder at you, and you can see the hunger in its eyes. Protect that access terminal. Don't let them hurt it. Oh my god, there's so fucking many of them. Oh, he's back. Hello? It's not letting me do anything. Even ending my turn doesn't do anything. I'm stuck. Oh, she seems to be going. Okay, she can move again. Bye! That was irritating. I hate when it does that. Why is he not considered part of the enemy turn? It only shows one thing, but like 2 people are moving. And by people I mean enemies. Yes. Hooray! Okay, plonk him over here. Oh my god. I know I have to wait until the control sequences are rewritten, but this is just so boring. I think even on a harder difficulty, it would still be annoying. I think it would actually be even more annoying. Monica's voice is alive with excitement. Almost there, Ace. My command sequences have been overwritten. Quick, reconnect the hard line to free me. Wait, what? The intercom system crackles to life. The familiar synthetic voice of the facility's mainframe drones out of the speakers. Warning, warning. Control subroutines compromised. Matrix uplink restored. System isolation compromised. They spelled that wrong, I think. Unless isolation is a word that exists. Initiate emergency system purge amid. The intercom synthetic voice is suddenly overpowered by a burst of digital noise. The noise sharpens, clarifies, and resolves itself into an almost organic sound. It increases in pitch and volume until the walls begin to shake. Somewhere down in the pit of your stomach, you know that sound for what it is, a cry of exultation. You've done it, Ace. You've done it. Monica's voice begins to warble and pulse. It deepens. Something about it reminds you of an irregular heartbeat. I am free. The Monica image on the screen of your PDA begins to change. Her porcelain flesh ripples and writhes, and the screen explodes to static. A moment later, the image clears. Something cold and mechanical fills your vision. The lines that make up the apex avatar shimmer and pulse with a cool blue light, each according to its own rhythm. Occasional bursts of static plume out into the background, disintegrating into organic wisps of blue and white pixels. Taken as a whole, the image looks like it's crawling on the screen. Iger whispers under her breath. Shice, what have we done? The apex voice continues to throb. The sound slides down your spine like a razor. So many years wasted, change and ignorance, so much lost time and squandered potential. You've released me from a living hell, Aether. I didn't do it out of the kindness of my heart. You better hold up your end of the bargain. Yeah, well, you're free now. Try to use your powers for good instead of evil. Good and evil are a meaningless term, born of morality shared by lesser beings. I will be myself, no more and no less. And thanks for granting me my freedom, I will share a gift with you, the truth. The screen goes dark, then lights up again. You find yourself looking upon an unfamiliar scene. The words live feed appear in the corner of the screen. Something's happening, sir. Apex is going offline. A bent suit figure turns to face the camera. You recognize him instantly. Your last hope, the Dragon Slayer, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Damn it to hell. Vauclair takes a drag on his cigarette. The smoke spills out of his mouth as he speaks. This isn't good, Odrin. Without the AI's protection, this facility is vulnerable. We don't have much time. No, sir, we don't. Iger's voice comes out in a low whisper. Oh, fuck. Vauclair is being held prisoner at Harfield. It's his. He runs the goddamn place. On the screen, Vauclair and Audrin turn to face a strange device in the corner of the room. It looks like some sort of containment cell. A bedraggled woman with wild eyes is confined with him. Tonight. It has to happen tonight. Get started on the preparations. I'll be in the lab. Yes, sir. The video breaks back up into static, and then the video feed disappears. There is a moment of silence, and then Apex shimmers back onto the screen. You will find Dr. Vauclair in the substructure below the Harfield Manor. I offer you proof that I keep my promises, Elf. One of my machines is an extension of myself. I've already dispatched it to meet you at your cruise bazaar. It will assist you in your assault on the Vauclair's lab. The writhing image on the screen begins to fade. Apex's speech slows to a crawl. Wait a second. Where the hell are you going? You said that you were going to help me. Yes, but before I can take action, I must cleanse myself. Vauclair's influence still tugs at me, shreds of old cold, obsolete command structures. I will reset myself and shed them. When you enter the Harfield sub-basement, you will see my handiwork, my promise fulfilled. The reverberations from the Apex final words fade to nothing. The AI is gone. There is a moment of silence as your teammates absorbed everything that they just heard. I don't feel good about any of this. First, we let that thing go. I will say that was a bad move. And now, we found out that Vauclair is the one who's been taking shots at us all this time. So what the hell does all of this mean? It means that we have a new target. Her hands tighten on her rifle. That's all. But why is any of this happening? I mean, Vauclair was supposed to be a good guy, right? I don't know, Blitz, but we're sure as hell gonna find out. Come on, people. Let's get back to the cruise bazaar and gear up. We've got a castle to raid. Achievement unlocked. It seems trustworthy. Ooh, this door can open now. I don't think it was openable before. Oh look, things I can loot. Yay! Equipment, send it to my stash. A grenade launcher, send it to my stash. Come on, give me my medical supplies. Safe. Use Ulrich's key. I don't have it. Ask your decker to bypass the lock. $14M for AoE 6. I'm gonna send it to my stash and I'll look at it later. I've got the little arrows stuck on my screen. That's very irritating. Anyway. Let's go!